Hey, what's happening, Disney Reviews from the Guy01, and welcome back to our Batman Arkham Knight walkthrough. In the last episode, we finished taking out all of the militia drones and all the militia tanks, and now we're on to the leader, the big bad, the man at the top, Slade. So I don't know how long this one's going to take. I think the last time in my first playthrough that I did this, when I did the Slade boss fight, I think it took me like 30 minutes, but I also was like very cautious with doing it as well. Because the way this boss fight works is kind of like there was a mission earlier on in the story where it's the giant militia tanks that have like the scanners like in front of them, and it's like if you get caught in that scanner, they're gonna hunt you down. So it's best just to not like get caught by them. So it's a lot of sneaking around. You know, kind of, not run and gun, what's the term? I mean, yeah, I guess it is run and gun, but more like you hit him and then you run away. That kind of thing. So, let's see. Case synopsis. Deathstroke has assumed command of the motion and must be stopped. Confront Deathstroke at Grand Avenue. Here we go.
Grand Avenue. I'm coming for you, Slade.
I imagine he's rather aggrieved at your success so far this evening. You'll have to be at your best to beat him.
And once again, we got a ton of stuff to talk about this week. And it's all Marvel stuff. The main thing being that this past week, Avengers Doomsday officially began production, and to mark the occasion, Marvel did a 5-hour live stream where they revealed all of the main cast members. And there's a lot to talk about with that. So a bunch of people got announced as official cast members. A lot of people that you kind of assumed were going to be in it. So you got all of like the still living Avengers or the still active Avengers. So Chris Hemsworth's coming back as Thor, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. You know, we got Shuri coming back as Black Panther. Shang-Chi's coming back. So, you know, none of that was really a surprise. But then it kept going. And now, at the end of it, not only are we getting basically all of the Avengers who are still active pretty much coming back, we are also getting all of the Thunderbolts, X-Men, and the Fantastic Four. And that's what I want to talk about because we kind of assumed that this film was going to be used to introduce a lot of new people and really introduce this next stage of the MCU. But the thing that I think surprised a lot of people is like, it's not just like, because they didn't announce like who the characters were, they just announced the actors. But then when you start seeing names like Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Alan Cumming, Kelsey Grammer, James Marsden, it was like, okay. So we're getting all the X-Men back, but it's the Fox X-Men. And it's like, okay, that's kind of weird, because, you know, we kind of assumed that Deadpool and Wolverine was kind of acting as, you know, Deadpool and Wolverine we kind of saw as being the, like, the love letter to the Fox universe, and kind of giving all those characters a proper send-off, since before, you know, introducing the MCU X-Men and the MCU characters. So it seems a little weird that now we assume that, you know, they're all going to be coming back to play their X-Men characters. And then beyond that, we also found out that we're also getting the Fantastic Four. But not the Fox Fantastic Four, the one from Fantastic Four First Steps, which we know takes place in a separate universe. So that introduced a whole other aspect to this. I thought it was going to be like, they didn't walk away. Or like, they don't exist. So yeah, like I was saying, the fact that we're getting the Fantastic Four from First Steps, that introduces a whole other thing, because
Commencing scan. We've lost one. Programming Cobra to respond.
you know, we've been told already that the Fantastic Four First Steps takes place in a alternate universe. It's not in the main MCU universe, Universe 616 or whatever it is.
Your luck, Batman. There's only so much you've got left.
So for them to be in this movie would mean that we're already introducing, you know, alternate universes into this, which is weird because I thought they would have saved that for Secret Wars. Like, that's where they would have introduced, like, you know, alternate universes. Unless, you know, they're filming both of them at the same time and just not saying it.
You better pray that car's invisible. Initiating scan.
So yes, it's that weird thing now where it's like, okay, so... And it was the same thing with the X-Men, not just the Fantastic Four, but the X-Men, because, like I said, I was surprised that they're already bringing all these people in now for Doomsday. I would have thought they would have held off on bringing in, you know, everyone for Secret Wars. Like, treat Doomsday as Infinity War, where it's kind of like the build-up, and, like, you introduce, you know, the big bad, or, not introduce, but, you know, it's that first round. It's the first battle of the bigger war. But the fact they're already...
360 scan. When I find you, you're dead.
The fact that they're already bringing in, like, you know, all of the X-Men, and not just the X-Men, but also Mystique's coming back, Nightcrawler's coming back, Magneto's coming back. It's like, okay, so there's something... Unless they're doing, like, a thing where, like, these are all just very... gonna end up being, like, very small cameo appearances. Like, the story is, like, Doctor Doom is traveling across the multiverse and, like, is, you know, taking out all of these hero teams, like, or something like that. Like, we see him take out the Fox X-Men, and then we see him take out... it'd be weird to see him take out, you know, the new Fantastic Four, since they literally just got introduced. So... yeah, it'll be weird to see how they do this. It's exciting to see, like, how many characters they're already bringing in, and immediately after this whole thing, Robert Downey Jr. and, you know, Marvel already started teasing that there's more characters yet to be announced, because these are all just... yeah, crap. Into the tunnel.
No one escapes me.
I did. Because, yeah, these are all just, like, the main cast. So there still could be way more people left to be introduced.
You better pray that car's invisible. Initiating scan.
Because one of the people who wasn't announced as being part of it was Elizabeth Olsen. And she has since come out and said that Scarlet Witch will not be in Doomsday. Now, we know what, you know, we've had actors say, especially with Marvel, that they're not going to be in something. And then, yeah, they're in it. And it feels weird to kind of have, you know, a movie like this where they're bringing in everyone and not bring in Scarlet Witch. Especially if they do end up going, like, in the... Especially if they do go with, like, the multiverse angle. You know, Scarlet Witch was kind of the one, it was like her and Doctor Strange who really kind of introduced the multiverse idea and traveling across universes and meeting different versions of, you know, yourself and other characters.
The next mistake will be your last, Batman.
So, we'll have to keep an eye out for that. She might not be in Doomsday, I can totally see her not being in Doomsday, but Secret Wars, I'm like, ugh. It's almost like, Secret Wars is like, they've got to pull out all the stops for that, almost. Something else I like was actually surprising by their absence was none of the other Spider-Mans were in it. Toby and Andrew weren't announced as being cast members, but then again, you know, they've made it very clear that this is not everyone. There's more people who are not yet introduced or have not yet been announced, so there's totally a way for Andrew and Toby to be in this. Ooh. Oh, this is bad.
I've got him! Botanical Gardens!
Ow. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that took a lot of damage.
I'll find you!
Ow. Dang it. But even, you know, with all these characters being introduced, it's kind of like a thing where it's like, in this story, what could they realistically do? Like,
To run is unbecoming of a soldier!
like, what's Mystique gonna do against Doctor Doom? It's like, as cool as it is to get the original Mystique actress Rebecca, I always butcher her last name, like, I just say Romanoff, Rebecca Romanoff, I don't think that's it. But the original Mystique actress, as cool as it is to get her back, what the heck is Mystique gonna do against Doctor Doom? Heck, what are the Thunderbolts gonna do against Doctor Doom? Speaking of which, that's another thing that recently got announced, was the latest trailer for the Thunderbolts movie revealed that the villain for the movie is Sentry. And for those who don't know who Sentry is basically Marvel's equivalent of Superman.
Search pattern!
And that makes him by far the most powerful character
Single unit operation!
in Marvel. I mean, the only person, like, character in Marvel who can, like, really compete with Sentry is World Breaker Hulk, which is Hulk at his, like, absolute strongest. Like, I think he's only ever gotten to that state once before, and it was to fight Sentry. And even then, like, they went to a standstill. Like, in terms of, like, I guess the term is, like, power scaling, Sentry is so far above all the other Marvel characters, like,
60 scan!
it's like that thing where
You're dead!
they use him so rarely because he's just so OP in that universe. Like, there's nothing you can kind of do to stop him, so the fact that they're introducing Sentry
Business, Batman!
in the Thunderbolts movie,
Compete.
it's like, yeah, what the heck are the Thunderbolts gonna do against freaking Sentry? It's like, they don't have a prayer.
There's more where that came from!
Oh, what? No. I'm surprised there's so, like, NPCs, like, and thugs driving around. Like, what are you guys doing here? Alright, now we gotta go for Slade.
I've got you now!
I think we've already lost, like, half our health.
Hell is it? It's a bet. Turn around. Go, go! Back up. There's no way through.
Oh, crap. Okay, I'm behind him.
You're dead.
Ah!
I'm right behind you, Batman. I'm stalking you now.
Oh, jeez. Car! Okay, gotta peek around the corner.
I've got you.
Nah.
Find a good place to hide.
Okay.
I'm coming.
Thank you for the advice, Slade. I appreciate it.
Quit hiding.
What? You just told me to hide. Okay, so yeah, I kind of forget how this all works. Oh no.
Where are you?
Nah, Jace.
You see what that thing does to cars? I ain't staying to find out.
How do I... Yeah, I truly forget. Do I just have to, like, hit him when he, like, is not looking? Because he's always looking. Or is it... I think it's like a thing where it's like, I gotta get close to him. And then that, like, allows me to...
I will find you.
Yeah.
I'll find you.
Okay, lost him. Yeah, this could take a while. This is what I said before, this is why this could take a while, depending on how you do it. So I don't know if I mentioned who else was in this movie, but Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum's gonna be in it, so we can assume that he'll be playing Gambit again. And then Tom Hiddleston is also one of the names that they announced, which is like, okay, so is Loki gonna be in it too? That's another thing where it's like, it feels like these characters, like, their stories have already been concluded, or they've gotten like their send-off, so it's like, why are they coming back? And also, how are they coming back? Ow. Excuse me. Nailed it. I feel like the last time I did this, I remember like just like hitting him from above and that working pretty well. I don't remember like how I did it though. But yeah, I swear there was a thing where it's like, I think it's once you do enough damage, he just pushes that car out of the way. I think it's like once he does like enough damage, like we do enough damage to him. Oh, he's coming right up here, is he? Why? Why are you coming up here? Alright, come on. Where are you?
Come out.
Yeah. I think it's like once you do enough damage, Alfred comes in and is like, hey, I think I found a weakness. It's like, great. Why couldn't you find it earlier? Out of the way! The printer's going off. Who's printing something? I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's loud. Oh, there he is. Hey.
You won't escape.
Hey, I saw him before he saw me for once.
Face me, Bat. Oh crap! He's coming after us.
That normally doesn't happen. Normally he spots me well before I see him.
What's the matter, Batman? Afraid? He ain't catching us.
The other big thing I want to talk about was, you know, speaking of cast and casting. Hello.
Gotcha, Dark Knight.
Did I hit him?
You're not getting away. Oh crap! It's Batman.
Hello? Oh. Oh, there he is.
There you are.
Haha. Where are you running? Oh, jeez. Ow.
Where are you?
Yeah. Not here. Whoa! Alright, I actually got a couple good shots in on him.
Let's end this.
Yeah, come out of your tank. Let's end this. Man to man. Mano a mano. If you're such a good assassin, you shouldn't need to be hiding inside a tank.
It's Batman.
Unless you're not as good as you think you are.
Get us out of here.
Or maybe you know you're not as good as you think you are. Yeah.
I'll find you. Goodbye, Batman. This time, Batman, only I walk away.
Alright, time to go. Oh, crap.
That's death knocking, Batman.
Damn.
You're a dead man.
Ah.
Come out.
Anyway, like I was saying, speaking of castings, Marvel recently released 2 casting calls for Spider-Man 4. They haven't named what the characters are, but the character descriptions are, for the first character, a young, resourceful man, like early 20s, early mid-20s, young, resourceful man. And then the other character description was a older man, like 50s, 60s, who has a very, they describe it as a very black and white view of the world, and is willing to do whatever it takes to achieve what they feel needs to be done, and are willing to cross. They have a very defined like values or like morals, but they are also willing to cross certain lines to do what they feel needs to be done. Well, we might get this guy first try. We're doing pretty well, actually. I think we found the sweet spot.
Before I find you, Dark Knight.
I think we found where that good, like, location is to go after him.
I'll find you.
I think it's only like 1 or 2 hits left on him. Hello? Where'd you go? Is it there? Good. Ah, let's not.
It's over.
Almost. You're 1 shot away. We're almost there. Don't worry. But yeah, so everyone's immediately like, okay, so young man, young resourceful man, that's got to be Harry Osborn. Which, you know, that kind of goes along with what I've been suggesting for the past couple weeks now, that
I've got you.
Oop. Nope, I've got you. And just like that, it's over. And that's why people...
You cowardly bastard. You caught me off guard. You shouldn't have dropped it.
If you were any kind of man, pull the car over and finish this properly.
You had your chance. It's over.
I'll kill you, Batman.
Then you better hope someone puts up the bounty.
Oh, this ferryman doesn't need payment anymore. I'll deliver you for free.
I mean, did you have your guard down? When you popped out of that thing, you seemed to be, you know, ready to go. I mean, you kind of even had the element of surprise. Kind of popping out like you did, but... So yeah, that's why people are so disappointed with this boss fight, especially because if it was anyone else, like if this was like how... If this was how, like, the boss fight for, like, say, Penguin or Two-Face went, like, you're just chasing them around in a tank, and then, you know, once you destroy the tank, that's it. You apprehend them. They don't even put up a fight. No one would have complained. It's the fact that it's Deathstroke. And the fact that Deathstroke has one of the best, if not the best, boss fights in this entire series in Arkham Origins. It's the fact that he went from having one of the best boss fights to being in this one where you don't even fight him. You get in like it's a game of cat and mouse where you just kind of hit his tank and then run away. Hit his tank, run away. So it's like, oh, that's disappointing. Yeah, you see why that's so disappointing. again, if it was any other character, I don't think people would have been as upset about this boss fight as they were. It's the fact that it's Deathstroke and the fact that you never fight him one-on-one, like hand-to-hand. That's what disappointed people the most with that, I think. It's like you could have picked so many other characters to have, like, you know, to structure their boss fight the way you structured Deathstrokes in this game. Where, you know, it's a vehicle fight, going around taking down their heavily armored tanks or something. Like, heck, if this was like Bane's, like if Bane had a boss fight in this and this was how his went, like, say Bane like had like a vehicle similar to the Arkham Knight's like bulldozer or his drill, which is something that Bane is usually like given or associated with, like having like a super big like drill that mines under the ground. And then the boss fight's like you're going around the city, going underground, you know, sneaking up behind Bane's drill, hitting him, running away, that kind of thing. That would have been totally fine. No one would have had a problem with that, I don't think. But again, it's the fact that it's Deathstroke and like a boss fight with Deathstroke where you don't even like fight him hand to hand. It's like, what are you doing? And then of course that whole dialogue sequence at the end where he's like, "Fight me like a real man." And I was like, it's because of you we didn't. You made that decision.
Move it, Slade.
You call this a prison?
You think it's wise to put me in here with all these lesser warriors? You might not have any prisoners left when you return.
Sir, the preparations are complete. Nightfall is ready. I will leave it for you to decide when it's time to come home.
Thanks, Alfred.
So in case you guys missed that, because of the Xbox trophy notification or reward notification, Alfred just said that Nightfall's ready. The Operation Nightfall's ready, and now it's up to Bruce when he wants to pull the trigger. Because I think the thing with, because it says here on the missions thing, in order to activate Nightfall Protocol, you had to apprehend 3 of Gotham's most wanted. Now we've done 6 or 7 of their, oh no, one of these is the main story. So yeah, we've done 6 side missions, but only captured like 3 actual like criminals. Scarecrow, Firefly, and Deathstroke. Oh, and Man-Bat, that was also right, yeah, so I don't think Scarecrow counts towards that. So yeah, Deathstroke, Firefly, and then Man-Bat, we captured those 3. And now that we've captured those 3, now we can activate Nightfall whenever we want. Which I think is kind of weird that you're able to activate Nightfall, you know, when you still have so many people out there. Like, you don't have to get them all before you activate Nightfall, it's only 3. Because imagine, like, what 3 do you choose? Like, imagine if you went and got Man-Bat, Hush, and then, I don't know, like, Deacon Blackfire. Like, those were the 3 you got, and it was like, okay, we're all good to go. And it's like, wait a minute. Deathstroke, Penguin, Two-Face, they're all still out there? We're just gonna leave Tim to do that on his own? It's like, okay. So yeah, I don't really know exactly how that works, like, if there's an alternate ending depending on, like, which 3, you know, most wanted you capture, before activating Nightfall, because I don't even see, I just find it weird if someone, like, would play through this and activate Nightfall before, you know, getting everyone. Like, I feel like that'd be, like, a given, like, you'd want to get all of them, all the most wanted guys as Batman before going into Nightfall. Because I don't think, again, I've seen very little, like, very few playthroughs of this game, and none, like, that go to the end, so I have never seen a playthrough, and I don't know of one, and I don't know what happens if you do it this way, where, you activate Nightfall before getting all of the most wanted, villains. Like, I don't know how the game continues on after that. So, yeah, I don't know how that would all work out. But yeah, the thing with Deathstroke, and I think in addition to the way they do that boss fight was structured with it being vehicle-based, just another thing to go against this game in terms of like its over-reliance on the Batmobile and the gameplay. When Slade finally does pop out, with his sword drawn, ready to fight, Batman takes him out, jumps at him, collides midair, and then takes him out with one punch. And it's like, really, that's it? I know you can argue it's because of the Batsuit. It makes him stronger and faster than what Slade's used to, or, stronger and faster compared to the last time the two of them fought. But it's like, really, one punch is all it took to knock out Slade? It's like, come on. And then, it also didn't take much to put him into the Batmobile or take him out. Like, I feel like if they had done like a thing where like there was a second boss fight, like a hand-to-hand part, like we drive to GCPD, we take Slade out of the Batmobile, and then all of a sudden he shakes free, and then it goes into the one-on-one hand-to-hand combat, like for that boss fight, like in the GCPD like parking lot, I guess you'd call it, or like the loading area where we parked the Batmobile. That would have been awesome, because that would have been a great twist, where it's like you get the vehicle boss fight, or the vehicle-based boss fight, and then you come out, and just when it looks like you're going to go through the motions, and he come out of the Batmobile, and you start walking him towards the door, all of a sudden he shakes loose, and the two of them get into a fight hand to hand, just in the parking lot, just like in a small room, no interference, kind of like the way the boss fight in Arkham Origins was structured, where it's the two of them in a room, in like a small, relatively small space, a small open area, and the two of them just go at it. I think that would have, if they had gone that direction, a lot of people, I don't think people have been upset with that. And it would have excused, Batman knocking him out in one punch before Slade even gets a chance to fight. And that would have been a much more interesting boss fight if they broke it up like that. But as is, it's just so underwhelming, and by extent disappointing. Hey, it looks like all the firefighters got back. Good to see you, boys. So yeah, we got through that one pretty quickly. Like, less than 40 minutes. Not bad. So let's see, what do we got left? So we got Deacon Blackfire, Two-Face, Azrael, Hush. So Hush can be done in one. Deacon Blackfire can be done in one. Perfect Crime, that's Professor Pig. That can probably be done in one, as long as, we get all of the locations given to us. And we don't have to, search for them, because that'd be annoying. And then we still got a ton of Riddler stuff to do. That looks like Chuck Liddell. Just noticed that. Huh. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next episode and how many per episode I want to do with these, because there's a couple games that I want to do before the end of the year, so I don't want to spend a ton of time on this game, and I really don't want to draw this game out too much longer. Like, I don't want it to go into next fall. I want to be done with this game by the summer. But anyway, like I was saying before, with this new casting announcement, people automatically assume that this young man is going to be Harry Osborn, and then there is some division on who the older man's going to be. There's one side who sees it as, well, if the young man's going to be Harry Osborn, this older guy's got to be Norman Osborn. Because, the character description kind of fits. Someone who has, they know who they are, they know what they want, and they're going to do whatever it takes, and, cross certain, ethical boundaries to do it. That sounds like Norman. But it also seems weird to, introduce a new Green Goblin, especially, with, it'd be especially interesting to see, how Tom Holland's Spider-Man reacts to meeting a new Norman Osborn. It's does he automatically expect him to turn evil? Does he assume that he already is evil? because there's actually a pretty interesting dynamic you can write there, where it's like Peter knows that Norman tends to turn evil. At least his past experience with Norman, from No Way Home, it was like, okay, this guy is super evil. He killed my aunt, but on the same side, it's like it's not him. It was the other one. But that suspicion, that he could be evil, and like maybe that makes Peter paranoid about him, and he's like constantly like looking in on him, to see like what he's up to. Like that's an interesting story point. But then it's also like it could also just be like, okay, we're reusing Green Goblin again. We've used them, clearly like only a couple years ago. And it's like, okay, I guess we'll use them again. And then there's the other side who see it as he could be Gwen Stacy's dad, which would also be interesting. And again, that also goes with like something I've been saying for the past few weeks, where if that's true, they really are trying to move away from the setup and the structure of the MCU Spider-Man story up to this point, and really go back to the format that we're used to, where it's Peter, Harry, Mary Jane, and Gwen Stacy. It's like that group of characters. Which again, it would be really interesting to see that that dynamic portrayed. But again, it's like, do we need that? I mean, we've already got a best friend for Peter and Ned, even though Ned doesn't remember him. So it's like, okay. And we've already got an MJ, but again, she doesn't remember him, and she's not really Mary Jane. She's her own character. That's kind of like an adaptation of Mary Jane, but it's not Mary Jane. It is kind of weird. So I can see why there'd be that want to have a true Mary Jane Watson in the MCU. But again, it feels weird to just introduce a new MJ. So that's the division now, of like who this older guy is going to be. Is it going to be Norman Osborn, or is it going to be Gwen Stacy's dad? And I think either one, depending on whoever it is, leads to some really interesting potential stories, depending on which direction you go. Is this Slade stuff? No, that's just some malicious stuff. Look at all those swords. Knife, Firefly, Simon Stagg. So now we're starting to fill out here. We came in here very early on in the series. Man-Bat. Harley. That's probably gonna end up being like Two-Face or Penguin's Men. Like their stuff. Yeah, we came in here very early on in the story, and there was like nothing here. It was like this room was full, because these are all like the stuff. This is all the stuff from like Arkham City, and the outside story like Anarchy, and Electrocutioner. And this is all the stuff from this game story. Don't mind me coming through. So yeah, we'll have to see. Also, it just kind of surprised me. It's like, really? Has Spider-Man 4 still not even started filming yet? That they're still like making casting calls? I thought they were much farther into the process than that. Hey boys, how you doing? Yeah, I don't know why I thought they were that much farther in. I thought they had already started filming, because doesn't that movie come out like in a year or two? I mean, I know who are you guys? Fire Crew Assailants, Penguin Gang, Arkham Knight Militia, Two-Face crew got no one. So that's it, they've already got like a designated spot for them, like they know they're coming. Arkham Knight Militia, APC Lieutenants. Hey guys, how you doing?
Unmasked before the world. Next time you lose your life.
Oh, I can't scare him.
Unmasked before the world. Next time you lose your life.
Hey, yeah. Good thing there won't be a next time. I don't know what I'm looking at there. Half your TVs don't even work, and the other half don't show anything. Alright, that looks like outside. So that must be like the roof or something. That, I guess, is also outside. It's like the bridge. Hey. Yeah, bat-garbed vigilante. I wonder who that image is supposed to be of. Because is Batman walking, like, holding someone? Just, like, dragging someone off? Anyway, how you doing, Richards?
I haven't been in there yet to see Scarecrow. Apparently, it's quite a sight. A part of me wanted him dead earlier. But suffering's even better.
And that's why I don't kill. It's much more enjoyable to watch them suffer. Killing them would be too easy. How you guys holding up?
There's a reason we didn't know who it was underneath the suit. You had to be separate from us, from everyone. But now that's gone. There has to be a way for you to keep doing this, Batman, to keep fighting. If you go, who's left to protect us?
Who said I was going? I mean, I am going, but how'd you know that? Also, don't worry. I know a guy. I know a few, actually. Like, could you imagine, like, having, like, a boss fight against Slade in, like, just this area? Like, imagine, we pull up, we get him out of the car, and it just, like, you think it's just gonna go into, like, the next, like, you know, cutscene randomatic, putting him in the cell, but then all of a sudden, like, he shakes loose, and then, like, Batman's like, put up the doors now! And then, like, they lock down the garage doors, and then, you know, we just have, like, a fight in this area right here. It's like, come on. Like, this gate gets shut, maybe, so, like, this gets cut off. So it's literally just in this, like, big area here. And that's where the fight is. That would have been so cool. But no. He goes down in one punch. What a sissy. I hit LB to call it to me. I don't know why I did that. I assumed I would just jump in, but no, I guess I had to get closer. Just randomly run into the wall. You guys didn't see nothing. But yeah, that does it for me. Like I said, we kind of got that done a lot quicker than I thought we were. Or than I thought we would. We went a whole extra 10 minutes. We just kind of spent the last 10 minutes just kind of talking. But yeah, that does it for me. Next week I think we're going to do some of the, like, some of the quicker missions. Like, we'll probably do Hush, Deacon Blackfire, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Or maybe we'll do the big ones, like the Two-Face and Penguin ones, because I think those were going to take like a whole episode just for those. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and make videos all the time. Stay tuned for next week when we continue our Batman Arkham Knight walkthrough. Hope you guys enjoyed. DC Guy01 and Batman, signing out. Bye, guys.